But I'll tell you what, we're not in West Texas anymore. We're in Kansas, and that means it's win or go home all week long. The Texans obviously hoping they can add to their legacy this week.
You guys put me down for at least one more day here because the Wranglers are going to the Elite Eight for the third year in a row after pulling off the biggest upset of the tournament so far. But it didn't come without some drama.
The letter also outlined in-depth instances of verbal and emotional abuse. I spoke with some former players of Coach Tejas at another university who say she drove them to never want to play the sport again. Yeah, Rachel, what an absolute thriller it's been today in Bedford. No one was cheated here in this game. The Rebels, as you mentioned, walked away with a 57-55 win in double overtime. And is it any surprise that their workhorse all season long, Damian Johnson, was the one leading the way tonight for the Rebels? I don't think so. Yeah, you're right, Rick. Odessa College volleyball is back in the basin tonight to kick off conference play. And in case you weren't aware, the Wranglers are the 4th ranked team in the nation in JUCO Division I. So you got a chance to see some premier volleyball tonight. Just an all-important Big 12 matchup happening here tonight, and a little bit of an element of David versus Goliath happening on the sidelines as well. For the Jayhawks, you have the veteran national champion head coach Bill Self, and then on the other side, you have the first-year Big 12 head coach in Grant McCaslin. Yeah, that's right, Stan. Sowers told me he wasn't satisfied after last season, and he took that personally. He wanted to be very intentional about how he recruited and who he recruited this season to get back to this stage. And that meant to him going and seeing all of those recruits in person, no matter where they were in the country. He told me during the offseason, a 3-month span, he drove 40,000 miles. Yeah, I can't even believe that. It was an emotional afternoon for legacy quarterback Marcos Davila, not only because his dreams of playing college football came true, but because one of his closest family members wasn't there to see it.
This year was super tough for me.
Davila had a strong bond with his grandfather, Buddy, who never missed a game. During his historic senior season, Davila broke Legacy's all-time passing record on September 8th against Abilene after a 347-yard performance. Shortly after the game, his parents told him the devastating news.
After that game, I found out that my papa wasn't able to make it.
Buddy passed away while the team was on its way to Abilene that day. Davila was deeply impacted by the loss of his grandfather and dedicated the rest of his senior season to Buddy's memory.
You know, I really tried to dedicate that season to him, and you know, I gave everything I could.
This year, Davila led the Rebels to a 6th consecutive District 2 6A championship and their deepest playoff run since 2019. In his 3 years as a starter, Davila racked up over 9,100 passing yards and 100 total touchdowns, cementing his own legacy for the Legacy Rebels.
Just setting the path for whoever's next. Just try to do everything that I could to help the team win, and that was really my main focus.
And today, in front of friends, family, and teammates, he solidified his future as a Big Ten quarterback at Purdue University.
You know, it just feels like family, so, you know, I'm super excited to be there already. We're going to build something special. I mean, we have top 20 recruiting class in the nation. I think we're going to, these next few years, going to be able to compete with the high-level Big Ten, and, you know, it was just super cool.
And even though Papa Buddy couldn't be here to see Marcos fulfill his dream, he says he knows he'll always be right there beside him.
Yeah, you know, I just try to do everything for him because he always just told me to keep my head down and keep on working, and he was just super proud of me.
X in the inning here.
After 6 years in Odessa,
There you go.
Coach Jackson is moving on.
I wasn't in a rush to just jump on any job.
He was waiting for the perfect fit, and that perfect fit was Stephen F. Austin University.
It's been described as a fancy JUCO, and I'm JUCO for sure. I love working hard. I love just being out there and just putting in the effort that it takes in order to be successful at these levels.
Successful might be an understatement to describe Jackson's time at Odessa College. Part of his laundry list of accomplishments with the Wranglers includes 2 third-place finishes in the national tournament, tied for a program best. Jackson led OC to 3 region championships and 3 World Series trips in 6 years, and coached 6 All-Americans along the way.
Well, it means everything because of the people that I was around and the people that contributed to that success. And, you know, maybe I get credit and I get another job because of it, but I am under no illusion that I did much other than help these players develop and help these players understand what their capabilities are.
Jackson is moving 515 miles across the state to Nacogdoches, Texas, to inherit an up-and-coming NCAA Division I program. In the past 5 full seasons, SFA has won 30 or more games, including a handful of Power 5 wins. But no matter how far he goes, a part of him will always be here in Odessa.
There's just so many memories and so many things that have happened where, again, I've just loved every team. I've loved getting to grow with them and getting a chance to watch them not just be successful here, but to move on to bigger and better things. It's rewarding. And my life is better because I've been in Odessa.
Well, Rankin High School's fall sports program have been dominant this season, both football and volleyball making serious playoff runs, and their head coaches have something quite unique in common. The Rankin Red Devils, excelling this season on the gridiron and on the volleyball court. And for their head coaches, it runs in the bloodline.
You know, if you'd have told me this was the plan or what was going to happen, what God had in store for us, you know, when we were younger, I would have called you crazy.
Head coach Haley Botla and Garrett Avalos, not just colleagues, but siblings and Rankin alum.
When they say like you're a Red Devil forever, it's true. Like it never leaves.
It is special to come back and coach at a place where you have so many memories and you know, you put a lot of work in yourself as an athlete.
Garrett and Haley both played multiple sports for the Red Devils, and a lot of that competitive spirit came from pickup games on the driveway.
Growing up, we had a basketball goal out front that we played on every day, all the time, and you know, she was 3 years younger than me, so I'd have to let her win a few games here and there just so she would stay outside and play with me because she was such a sore loser.
I'm kind of a turd when it comes to things like that. And I don't like to lose, but he definitely is older, and a lot of the times I do take an L, so I'm used to that.
And now their success is showing in their teams. The Rankin volleyball team made it all the way to the regional semifinals in the playoffs this season. Meanwhile, Red Devil football is still competing in the postseason, currently the top-ranked 6-man football program in the state of Texas, and competing for an area championship this week.
Success in any way is really good, and so for us to be able to have it on both sides is just, I mean, it's, you know, it's like a dream come true in a way. You know, it's where can we go next and how much further can we push?
They had a really, really great season. I was glad once they got into the postseason that, you know, I was able to go watch a little more and really, you know, be proud of what our girls accomplished and what she's accomplished as a coach.
And for the Avalos family, it's even more special to be doing it in their hometown and together as siblings.
I mean, it's home. There's nowhere else I'd rather be as of now, and I would definitely say we're pretty rooted as far as family goes. So,
you know, there's definitely a level of comfort there knowing that I get to come to work with my sister every day. That's awesome, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.